Hey yo, what's decent? Yo, I got a crazy battle against my boy Light and Darkness. Let's get this going. He's gonna opt to lead out with Rotom. I'm just gonna lead out with Solomons because my Mence is Scarf. So I thought I could get a nice little lead on whatever he decides to lead out with. I'm just gonna switch out into Chestnut, thinking that he's gonna want to go for the Will-O-Wisp, which is great because my only attacking move on the Chestnut happens to be Rock Tomb, and I only use that to get a speed drop. I'm not relying on any offensive capabilities when my Chestnut is concerned, so I'm just want to set up spikes, but unfortunately for me, he switches in his Ditto, and now Ditto locks himself with the spikes, which is bad because he has a defogger and a spinner. No, actually he has a spinner, and I don't have a spinner or defogger, so if he decides to stay in, I'm like, I cannot allow this guy to get off spikes as well as rocks, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch out to Mamoswine. He tries to take an opportunity to go into Gliscor so that he can get poison off, and which he does successfully. I'm just going to go out into my Rotom just to take the Hydro Pump and or the Will-O-Wisp just in case the Rotom wanted to decide to do that. And now he's just going to Hard Switch, which in my opinion, I thought he should have actually went for the Volt Switch, because why else would I switch in my Mamoswine in on a Rotom? I mean, it's not like I have like Smackdown or anything like that on my Mamoswine. So I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, and then afterwards, I think I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump, predicting his Excadrill to come into play, because Excadrill could probably have the Earthquake. But it turns out that that's not exactly the case, as he brings in the Rotom this time instead of, he had the Ditto previously, and then afterwards he went for the Volt Switch and brought in the real McCoy. And now I'm just going to go out into my Solomons as he decides to go for the Hydro Pump, which happens to be great. I think that he's going to want to switch out to either Excadrill and or Bisharp, so I really should have went for the Fire Blast, but I thought more so of the Excadrill because I do happen to have rocks as well as spikes. So I wanted to go for the Hydro Pump, and Hydro Pump is a testimony as to say that I did actually predict that specific switch out. So in comes the Ditto, and Ditto is going to lock itself into, I think, Draco Meteor, as I do have a Gardevoir, so Gardevoir can take anything my Mence can dish out because my Mence is specially oriented. So he goes for the Draco Meteor, which is great. I am Choice Scarf as well, so I think Ditto would still outspeed. I'm not exactly sure of the mechanics there, if both of them happen to be Choice Scarf, if it just happens to be like a speed tie in that case scenario in which Ditto copies, or if it's like a guaranteed outspeed as far as the Scarf Ditto is concerned. So I predict the Bisharp, and I'm like, you know what, I had the Focus Blast. I'm actually grateful that I didn't go into it, because I thought that I could probably take advantage of the fact that his Bisharp is burned. I do have the Rocky Helmet on this thing, so it won't be staying in as long as it might intend to stay in on the rest of my party, but I want to get off more spikes, but that is not happening because my Chestnut is getting so afraid of this Bisharp. But in a lot of things, it does create a double down as the Bisharp goes down because of the Rocky Helmet and the accumulated damage from the burn, and my Chestnut goes down. So now in comes the Alakazam, and I'm just going to bring in the Corsola. He's going to show me Focus Blast. Focus Blast is not going to finish it off, and I am going to retaliate with a Mirror Coat. Corsola killed off an Alakazam, and what's good is that I also have the regenerate, so I switch out, get a little bit HP back, and I can go back and do the same exact thing again, provided that the opportunity presents itself. So now in comes the Ditto again, and Ditto's going to take the spikes as well as the Star Frost before transforming into Rotom. Since it was a forced out switch with the Volt Switch, the secondary effects take place before the Ditto gets a chance to do anything. So now I'm just going to predict him to go for the Volt Switch, and I'm just going to go out and use Hydro Pump, as I really should have actually went for the Pain Split, but I knew that he was just going to go ahead and use the Volt Switch first turn, and then I thought I could kill off the Gliscor, and now I just have to worry about the watered down Rotom. Watered down. So now in comes my Mamoswine, and he's just going to go for the Protect, and I don't see the reason why. I mean, even if he switches out, which is not exactly too smart in my opinion, because I mean, I don't think that Ice Shard would have been able to finish off the Rotom, but then again, earlier in this battle, the Rotom happens to be inflicting a lot of damage, so it could be just more offensive than defensive, so it could just be that my Ice Shard would have actually been able to finish it off. But anyway, in comes the Gliscor. He's just going to go for a last Protect before dying to an Icicle Crash, because I'm 232 in HP, so even if he went for the Earthquake, it would not have been able to finish off the Mamoswine there, and plus I do have Hydro Pump on my Mence as well as Corsola. Probably couldn't do anything. I definitely have a lot of fun. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like. If you guys want to see more content like this in the future, please subscribe to me. It's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Peace. What you doing?